what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play.
What is up, you guys? It's your spiritual fairy godmother, and I am back. Except for I'm not back with another read. I am back with another TTC video, or trying to conceive video. If you are a mama and you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are already subscribed to my channel and y'all are just checking out this video, whether y'all are trying to conceive or not, hey y'all, hey, what's up, family, what is up? This is kind of going to be a longer content video because there's a lot that I kind of want to touch bases on in this video. I know most of you guys have come to this video for my 2-week wait symptoms, which will be first. However, I do kind of want to add in some manifestation tips and kind of what I did to conceive this baby, okay? So we just gonna go ahead and jump right in. We don't need to talk too much. We're gonna go ahead and start with kind of like my background and kind of like how I started trying to conceive. If you guys did not know, I actually recently just had a baby in November. He was born, stillborn. His name was Zion Jasper. He was born on 11/11. So we started trying to conceive in December. After we had our son, we kind of just decided, like, look, we really are ready for a baby. We really do want to start trying. And we both kind of was waiting for my period to come, like, because, you know, as soon as the period comes, then you start ovulating, and then boom, baby dancing. So we were really, really excited about my period coming. But once it finally came, we were both kind of shook and scared because my period came exactly on December 11th. Exactly 1 month after my son was born. And it was crazy because I noticed myself being really, really irritable and really sad, and I was cramping a lot, but I didn't want to tell my significant other because I just didn't know what was happening with my body. And when I was pregnant, I felt like I was constantly complaining. So I was just in the energy of, I didn't know what was happening with my body, and I just was like, you know, whatever happens, happens. And then on the 11th, the actual period itself came. And yeah, I had my period for a couple months, and we were trying to conceive those months. I also had videos of thinking I was pregnant, my 2-week wait symptoms and all that kind of stuff posted. But yeah, so we started in December actually trying to conceive, baby dancing, tracking our ovulation and all that kind of stuff. Well, me, okay, me. But we started in December. We conceived in February. So December and January. So it really only took 2 months for us to conceive because, like I said, we conceived in February. So I guess 3 months. I would say it took us 3 months to conceive because now we are in March. But yeah, so I got my period. My period started to change and come on the 8th in January because December, like I said, it had came on the 11th, literally 1 month after my son was born. And then January, it switched to the 8th. So February, I was looking forward to my period coming on the 8th, or at least not looking forward to it, but that's when I was expecting, you know, I was expecting my period on that day. So I ended up getting my period January 8th, literally January 8th. I ended up getting my period. No, we talking about February, girl. January. Okay, yeah, I did get my period January 8th, but February 8th, I also got my period. So at this point, I was a little devastated because I'm like, okay, I'm not pregnant. This was February, so I thought I was pregnant in January. And obviously, I did not conceive. So when I had got my period in February, it was a normal period. Everything went how it was supposed to go. My significant other was out of town. He was out of town. So, and this is it's crazy because every time he goes out of town and he come back, I get pregnant. That's the thing, and that's the thing for us. That's what happened with Zai. He was out of town with his family. He came back and I got pregnant, and that's what happened again this time. He was out of town for about 2 or 3 weeks. I think all of February. So he left February 2nd, and he was there until the 19th. So on the 19th of February, I came home. I had just gotten off my period like 2 days prior, maybe 3-4 days prior. I'm not really sure. But okay, so let me see. So from the 8th, I got my period way ahead of time. So I got my period on the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, 13th, and the 14th. So I probably got off my period on the 14th because my period literally lasts 7 days. So probably got off my period on the 14th, and then at that point I was just like regular. I was just like flushing my body out, I guess, you know, going through the motions. I remember drinking plenty of water. Like, I really want to get pregnant. I really want to get pregnant. I remember saying to myself, like, oh, I want to taste good for when my man come out with my shit to be tasting like water and fruit. So I was eating really, really healthy at the time. So I'm pretty sure my insides were reflecting the fact that I was really, really hydrated. All my, you know, all of my stuff had been cleaned out, and my body was good, you know, internally. So he came back on the 19th. We did not have sex. We ended up having sex on the 20th. But we didn't, you know, do everything to conceive. At that point, it was just having sex for fun. And then on the 21st was the day where we both decided, like, let's actually try today. So we made love that day, and that was the day that we conceived, on the 21st of February. If you guys didn't know, 221-122, that number is now very, very significant to me. But yeah, so we conceived on 221, and I started to test literally every day, like every day, not every single day, but starting at 7 DPO, I started to test every single day because I felt myself get pregnant. And I know that sounds crazy because I've said that before when I wasn't pregnant, but you know, like you can tell when you're pregnant, like, you know. And even this time, I noticed a difference from the previous month in January where I thought I was pregnant. This month, my symptoms were completely different from Zion, from Kamaya. It was completely different from January when I thought I was pregnant. These symptoms were like, I don't know, it was like wow, like I'm having symptoms. So yeah, that's pretty much how I conceived, when I conceived, and all of that. And then I got my big fat positive on March 5th. That's when I got my first positive. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my first positive test. These ones were all negative. I took 4 negative ones. Starting at 7 DPO. So this one was 7 DPO, 8 DPO, 9 and 10 DPO. And then I skipped one day because I had got really, really discouraged, and that was the day that we actually found out we were pregnant. I did not film that day. I don't have a video of actually finding out that I was pregnant. I found out by myself. I didn't find out with my boyfriend or anything. I kind of just took a test one day. This was when I was 12 DPO. I found out at 12 DPO, and we announced at 14 DPO. So at 12 DPO, I took a pregnancy test, and I don't know, I left it in the bathroom. I was scared, and then I came back and I was like, fucking wow. So this was the first one that I had received with a positive, and you can barely see it, but like I can see it. But it's definitely a positive. It's definitely a positive, and it didn't look positive when I first took it. Which is why I kind of left it in the bathroom. I was like, fuck it, like, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not even going to worry about it. Like, I'll come back to it later. Once I came back to it, I was pregnant. I hurried up and called Jonathan. I FaceTimed him, and I was just like, come on. But yeah. And then these were the other two that I took 2 days, like the next 2 days, on the 13th and the 14th. So this one is the 13 DPO. And then this one is 14 DPO. And that's the one that I took with Jonathan. The one that you guys saw on my pregnancy announcement video. So yeah, I mean, now I just been touching all of that, but it's mine, so whatever. But yeah, so that's when I finally got my BFP. So now we can go ahead and get to my 2-week wait symptoms and kind of like how I knew I was pregnant and kind of like what I was dealing with, what I was going through. So right away, I kept seeing, I wrote this down, like I kept seeing 122 and 221. We had sex twice, pregnancy and cramps. I don't know why I wrote that, but I was just saying, like, we had sex twice on the 21st and the 22nd. Those were the 2 days that I was ovulating. And I was ovulating the 19th through the like 23rd. The 19th through the 23rd. We didn't have sex on the 23rd. We just had sex on the 21st and the 22nd. And those are probably the 2 days between there that we conceived. So right away on 227, I said I had after eating spicy food, I had really, really bad heartburn. That was my first symptom, was heartburn. I had heartburn real bad with Zai, but at that point, it wasn't really like something that was like abnormal. It was just like, dang, like this is not feeling like regular heartburn. It's like it wasn't hurting super bad, but it was just like I always eat hot flamings or I always eat chips. Like, you know, it was like a wow, like, you know, like, ooh, I like this heartburn, you know. My second symptom was that I had a really weird taste in my mouth all day that I could not shake. Like, at this point, it was like if I didn't have something in my mouth, it was kind of like I could notice myself just like wanting to taste my mouth to see, like, am I tripping? And I had that with Kamaya Sky, who was my firstborn child. I had that weird taste in my mouth, that metallic taste in my mouth, and excess saliva. Like, my mouth was just like running, like I had a lot of saliva. That's just a symptom, but yeah, I had a lot of saliva, and I'm not sure if the saliva was producing the taste in my mouth or if it was just the pregnancy hormones, but I definitely had a weird taste in my mouth, and it made me not really want to eat. I did not really have an appetite. Nothing really sounded good. Nothing sounded exciting. Honestly, I would say I had a lot of food aversions. Like, I really don't be wanting nothing. Like, I don't crave anything. I don't just want to hurry up and eat. Like, I don't have a super big appetite. Whereas before 12/12, thank you, Spirit, before I did. So I noticed that I actually had a decrease in appetite once I got pregnant. Yeah, I had a food aversion to salmon, and if you guys know, I'm pescatarian, so I only really eat fish and stuff. And I kept eating salmon for like 3 days in a row, and I was so over it. Like, I was upset at the fact that I wasn't liking the salmon, but it was tasting super fishy, and I was eating it days prior, and it wasn't tasting like that. So I knew at that point that it was a pregnancy symptom. Also, let me go back because I missed a step. My first symptom of being pregnant was constipation. As on the 23rd I could not shit. The 23rd through the 25th I didn't shit for 2 days. For 2 days. After I conceived that baby, I did not shit for 2 days. Like, I swear to y'all, I promise to y'all, I knew I was pregnant because, and it's down like at the kind of at the low at the list because I probably experienced it again, and then I was like, oh yeah, let me write that down because that's probably a symptom. At the time, after 2 days, I wasn't well, in my mind I did think like, but you're pregnant, but I didn't think like, oh, hurry up, let me write this down, because it was just the excitement. Like, but it was also painful. I'm like, damn, bitch, I'm constipated. Like, I really can't go to the bathroom. I had really, really bad cramps in my stomach because of all the gas that was trapped in my stomach. It was bad. Like, I couldn't sleep. It was just like, I could feel the cramps in my back. I could feel the gas in my back. It was everywhere. It was irritating, to say the least. I was really, really tired. I kept wanting to take a nap, but I couldn't get a nap in. So I was just exhausted all day. I also noticed that once I got to sleep, I couldn't sleep. I was having aches and pain. I sleep with my arm up like this every night. And I noticed that since I've been pregnant, it hurts to sleep like that. Like, it really, really hurts to sleep like that. All my joints and stuff are hurting. My feet have been hurting really bad. And, like, my neck and shoulders and stuff have been really, really tense. I believe that's a pregnancy symptom. I think my body is just going through changes and everything is kind of sensitive. So yeah, I also was craving chicken. I ate chicken for like 4 days in a row. Like I said, I'm pescatarian, so I should not have been eating chicken, but I was craving it. And at that point, I even told Jamila, like, I keep craving chicken and I'm gonna eat chicken. She told me not to get chicken, but in my mind, I was pissed off at her because I'm like, you don't even know why I'm eating chicken, bitch. I'm literally pregnant. Every time I get pregnant, I crave chicken. So I noticed that, like, I had an attitude with her because she didn't let me get chicken. So at that point, I'm like, bitch, you're pregnant. You mad at this girl because she didn't let you get chicken? Like, I cried and everything. I cried, y'all, because I couldn't get no fucking Chick-fil-A, and I was so mad at her. I was fucking pissed. I was fucking pissed. I had sore ass breasts. My breasts are still super sore. I don't want any play with them. And one thing that made me really excited was the fact that I had tender breasts, because with Zion and with Kamaya Sky, I did not get tender breasts. My breasts didn't hurt at all. And yeah, but my breasts didn't hurt. I'm seeing my neighbor go into the garage. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, so my breasts did not hurt at all with Zion and with Kamaya. But I noticed that this time, even just touching them, even my shirt being on my nipples, like, they hurt. And that's one of the ways where I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm still pregnant. Because now I've gotten to the point where I'm not taking any more pregnancy tests. So the way that I'll be like, yeah, I'm still pregnant, is the fact that my breasts still hurt. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have written down. Another thing that I would say is cold and flu symptoms. Like, I've been sneezing and all that kind of stuff, like, every single day. I've been super, super hot. Like, my body basal temperature is just like, even if it's cold, it's just like every 2 seconds I feel hot. I feel like I be having hot flashes. I've been nauseous, but it's to the point where it's like I don't necessarily have to throw up. I've only had to throw up like 3 or 4 times, but I've been nauseous a bunch. One thing I'm super proud of myself is I did stop smoking this pregnancy. I was smoking at first, like before I got my BFP, while I was testing, and it was making me nauseous. Like, smoking was making me nauseous. So once we got our BFP, we both just decided, like, okay, let's stop smoking. So I'm really proud of myself about that. Also, my stomach was itching. My belly was itching, like where my stretch marks are. It was itching. And I definitely took that and I wrote that down as a pregnancy symptom as well. As far as my 2-week wait symptoms, I'm going to say that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I did also notice, like, this, like, my hands and stuff, like, were aching. Oh, the last symptom, my discharge has been crazy. My panties are always fucking wet. It's, I don't know, I'm not, okay, because I know this is too much information, but y'all trying to conceive, so y'all need to know this. My cervical mucus is so thick and white and a lot. Like, it's so much. That's why they say pregnant girls have the best pussy, because my shit is literally so wet all the time that I'm constantly running to the bathroom thinking that I started my period. Like, literally every day, it's a problem. It's a problem. I haven't gotten to the point where I need to wear panty liners or anything, but sis be having shit in her panties. Like, I do. And I'm not mad at it, because I know that it means that I'm having a healthy vagina and that everything is kind of continuously being, like, lubricated and it's good and it's protecting her. So yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and move into the portion of manifestation and how I manifested this baby, and if you guys don't believe in manifestation, how I actively tried to conceive. First thing that I did was change my backgrounds on my phone. So y'all can't tell right now, but I'm pregnant in this picture. This is an old picture from when I was pregnant with Kamaya. I'm pregnant in that picture, and I'm pregnant in this picture. I basically changed the backgrounds of my phone to look at myself pregnant. This is my work phone. I also have a regular phone that I'm filming on. On that phone, I changed the lock screen to a positive pregnancy test, as well as my belly when I was big and pregnant with Kamaya, so that I'm seeing myself as pregnant every day, and that I'm looking on my phone screen every time I pick it up and I'm seeing a positive pregnancy test and positive results. So that is what I did as far as, like, the first thing. The first thing that I did was I put myself pregnant on my lock screens on both phones, and I told myself I'm gonna look at myself being pregnant every single day. You know, I wanted to put that into my reality. I wanted to make that a reality for myself. Another thing that I did was I played with the baby. And I even have her in my bed because I do sleep with her still. Now she's just become a part of the family, like a part of the bed. But this is Kamaya's baby that she got for Christmas. And I started to sleep with her. I started to sleep with her every night. I started to hold her. I started to act as if she was my baby. You know, it was kind of like I named her. I named her. And I slept with her every night. Sometimes I would put her in my shirt. Not her, the baby. But I would put like Zion's blanket in my shirt as if I was pregnant with him again. And I would kind of just be like, I know that may seem weird to a lot of people, but that was a part of my manifestation tool. I did sleep with this baby, and I believe that this baby has a little bit of my baby soul in her. I look at her and I just feel like I'm having a baby. Like, I'm having a baby. I'm making this my reality because, like I said, I did have a stillborn child who did not get to come home with me. So my manifestation is not, oh, I want to be pregnant. It is, but at this point is I want to bring my baby home. So I've been manifesting bringing a baby home in that way. Another thing that I did was a thing called the 333 method. I did not finish, but the 333 method is you do 3 goals 33 times, and that's what I did here. And basically I just wrote down that I was pregnant 33 times on 3 different pages for 3 days straight. And then I actually slept with this notebook under my bed, and when I did that I had the most craziest dreams. I'm not even gonna lie. Another pregnancy symptom, hold on. The first 3 or 4 days after we conceived, I had crazy ass dreams. I had the most lucid, not livid. That means mad, right? So no, not livid, but I had the most lucid dreams ever. Like, it was like I was seeing everything. But yeah, so that's what I did. I slept with that under my bed. I also slept with positive pregnancy tests under my bed. Not under my bed, but under my pillow. I slept with those every single night. And every single night I just prayed on my baby. I prayed over my baby. I would talk to her. I would just rub my belly and be like, hey boo boo, like, you know, hey baby, what you doing? Mommy loves you. And kind of just speaking her into existence, speaking her up into the world. I spoke her name like every single day. I told Kamaya even before I was pregnant that I was pregnant. I also used Kamaya as a manifestation tool. I kept telling Kamaya, like, Kamaya, ask God for a sister or brother. Ask God for a sister or brother. Do you want another baby? Do you want mommy to have another baby like Zion? Ask God for a baby that you could play with, that you could have around you, that can come home with us. And she used to do it every night. Like, God, please give mommy a baby like Zion. That's what she used to say. I also, over there, like, I drew pictures of her. I drew pictures of my baby. I drew pictures of her name. Yeah, I drew pictures of my baby and I put it on my little altar over there. And I also, let me show y'all what I did for her. Hold on, because I don't got no pants on, so hold on. So I don't know if you guys believe in altars, like spiritual altars and stuff like that, but I gave these to my baby. I gave this to her. I put it on my altar and I told her that this is hers and that if she wanted it, she could come get it. And I also gifted her this. And I told her that if she wanted to come get it, if she wanted to be alive, that mommy will have these for her. That was my way of kind of showing her that I'm ready for her and that I'm excited to have her be a part of our family. One thing with Zai, both me and my person, we both kind of was scared, and we both kind of made it very apparent that we were scared. So I think this time me offering her stuff was kind of like, no, we're ready, we're prepared, we got this, and we got you. But yeah, anyway, that was how I conceived. That was my 2-week wait symptoms. That was all of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment down below if you guys are trying to conceive, or if you guys have recently just got your big fat positive and you are in the position of trying to see what your 2-week what your 2-week wait symptoms are, and if they match mine. If any of them match, leave a comment down below about what your symptom was. If none of them match but you feel like you're having symptoms, definitely leave them down below for other mamas to see, so that maybe they can relate to them, maybe not, whatever. But like I said, this is a community, you guys. I do want to talk to y'all. I do want y'all to talk back to me. Definitely we are in this together. If you guys are mamas trying to conceive, adopting, fostering, wanting a baby, or if you just like my personality and you like watching all my videos, no matter what they have to do with it, I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for being here. Baby dust and good mama dust to all of you women out there and all of you unborn souls out there. I love y'all, and I am out of here, y'all.